So this is the cover page of Target Workbook. I have it open on my iPad using an application called Goodnotes. There are many different applications that you could use to view Target Workbook. I recommend an application that has the ability to mark up and annotate PDF documents. You can see a list of recommended apps for the best experience with Target Workbook at thefeedbackloop.info. This is the cover page. For a more in-depth instructional type video on how to use Target Workbook and the right settings, you could see the video guide, and the link for that will be in the description of this video, or you can find it at thefeedbackloop.info. To keep this demonstration on the brief side, I'll be showing some of the main features of Target Workbook. So let's go to the target pool to get familiar with the interface. We'll start by clicking the index button here, or touching the index button. Here you'll be presented with a couple different sections of Target Workbook, things like the instructions, some information on remote viewing, about the author, and of course the target pool. So to access the target pool, you can just click or touch the target pool button. This is the target pool interface. Target Workbook has 100 targets spread across 3 pools. That works out to approximately 8 targets a month for a whole year. The navigation tabs are located here on the right side of the page. You can touch or click on one of these tabs to access the associated pool. Right now, pool 1 is active. The pool you've selected, or the active pool, will always be the tab that's at the top of the stack. So for example, if I touch pool 3, you can see pool 3 is now active. If I touch pool 1, now we're back in pool 1. The target IDs are listed in columns within each target pool, and each target ID has a checkbox that you could use to mark them off the list as you complete your sessions and view the feedback. And you can work through this in any order you'd like. I'm going to choose this target, A9EZ-S7R7. And don't worry, this target is not included in your copy of Target Workbook, so there won't be any spoilers happening here. Touching or clicking on a target ID will not expose you to the feedback, so you don't have to worry about, maybe accidentally clicking on a target here and then being exposed to the target feedback. Touching a target ID like so will actually bring you into what's called the target folder. This is what a target folder looks like. If you change your mind, you could always click the target pool tab to go back to the target pool of your choice and select a different target. Once you're inside the target folder, you have a number of options accessible through the colored tabs here on the right side of the screen. You can touch or click the red tab labeled Hints if you desire front or side loading. This will expose you to a non-leading hint about the nature of the target, as well as some useful movement orders. If you're a monitor using Target Workbook, you can use the Hints tab to give movement orders to the viewer while remaining blind to the actual target. I prefer to work with no front loading, so I'm going to work my session now using the target ID here in the target folder as a reference. You could work your session on paper, or you could also use an all-digital workflow by using multitasking with a drawing or sketching app, or using app switching. Okay, I've worked halfway through my session. I have perceptions of land, structure, and some life forms. Let's access the Hints tab for side loading and movement orders by clicking or touching the red Hints tab. Okay, the side loading indicates that I should focus my attention on location data to move 100 feet above the target and to describe the activity at the target. I'm going to go back to my session and focus my attention in these areas. Notice that the target ID is always visible for reference in the target folder, regardless of what tab you're in. Okay, I've collected some more data on the target, and now I'm ready for feedback. You can click or touch the green feedback tab in order to reveal the target. And the target is the Eiffel Tower. The target task and queuing can be found just below the main target feedback image. Every target in Target Workbook contains multi-image feedback and a text description. Targets involving locations also have satellite imagery, so the viewer can quickly get an idea for the surrounding area. You can click on a feedback image for a more expanded view. Click back to go back to the target feedback. I had some impressions high up in the structure that I would like to check at the target site. You can click or touch the satellite view image to open Google Maps and go directly to the target site. Here I can browse a massive library of images and videos taken by people who have visited the area. But I want to get a close-up. Let's use Street View to get a better look. I want to get a view from the observation deck. Okay, wow. That really is a breathtaking view. You can also visit Wikipedia by clicking the link in the target description if you would like to read more about the target location. Okay, let's go back to the target folder. That was an exciting session. I had some strong target contact and I want to record my thoughts and reactions while it's still fresh in my mind. You can click or touch the yellow Journal tab to access the journal page associated with each target folder. This is the journal page. As mentioned earlier, to take full advantage of the journal page, it's recommended to use Target Workbook in an application that can mark up and annotate PDF documents. I'm using my iPad, so I'm going to use stylus input to handwrite a journal note. If you're using Target Workbook on a desktop or laptop or a smartphone, you could use typed text input. Okay, I finished my journal entry. I also use the camera on my device to scan an image of my session work. If you're working in an all-digital workflow, you could take a screenshot. I'm going to insert my Stage 3 sketch into my journal page because I'm calling this one a hit. I also like to use the yellow highlighter to mark up my best work. Every target folder has a journal section, so you can always revisit a folder and look back at your entries and appreciate your successes and track your growth. I'm going to return to Pool 1 by clicking on the Pool 1 tab. Time to mark this target ID off the list. I like to use a green check mark for strong session hits. Done. Okay, that was a great session. That concludes the video demo of Target Workbook. Target Workbook is available now for purchase at thefeedbackloop.info or through the link in the description below. Please leave a comment on your thoughts and reactions to Target Workbook, and if you think this would be something of value to you as a remote viewer or intuitive practitioner looking to develop your skill sets. For more information about Target Workbook, visit thefeedbackloop.info. Thanks for watching.